that. Hold on, let me see it. It takes a second. The green light's on. Okay. I think you have to be on home. See, that's the live one right now. So we're live right now, actually. We'll give it a second.
Let me get them set up real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. What's up? What's up, everyone? We're about to start in less than a minute. How y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? We got one. Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gents in Jank Nation. We are here doing what y'all asked for. For those who don't know, as of, was it last week, we officially hit the big 1,200 subs. I can't thank y'all enough for making this possible from this point on and forward or whatever. And y'all voted. There was 4 votes for 4 different things. It was one me DJing, the other was reacting to old videos, and it was the Rivals of Ether week, and it was something else. But the Rivals of Ether week and this became the 2 highest voted thing. And I was like, why just do one when I can do both of them? But let's get right into it. So basically what we're reacting to, basically anything that happened prior to the Rivals of Ether stuff. That basically to give you some insight on how the rules will work here today. And we can look at some new stuff too, just to give you some perspective on things. So let's switch this to old. Which is the date of older. So anything from basically a year ago, which is like, anything from here on back is basically open house here. And then we're going to probably jump on another channel too to check that out also. What I have here though, which needs a little bit of introduction. For those who don't know, this is my boy Kenny Day, aka the KDAY, part of the KDAYSHOW. Definitely check out his channel. It's on the I'll put it in the description later after this video goes up. This is on the front of the screen. You can see on the bottom right underneath mine too. So you can definitely check out his stuff. He does a lot of drumming videos and music related stuff and some teaching stuff. Definitely if you're a fan of music and some fat beats and stuff, that definitely check out his stuff. So Kenny, how does it feel, man?
Yes, sir.
How it feel? It's been a while. It's been a while since we did anything. I guess anything like this in general.
Right.
It's been a minute. But
yes, sir. It has.
Yeah. For those who don't know, so as far as I give you a little backstory on the YouTube, I started doing YouTube back in 2007. And I got my first camera, I think, from my father. He gave me the camera. He got it at a pawn shop. And I started recording videos at the school. Which, at the time, it was just me doing something for fun. But apparently, it escalated into other things. And I did that up until, I think, 2013, 14, something like that. I was still in Florida at the time. And then, in between me going to college and stuff, I kind of gave up doing YouTube at the time. That's the early part of the story. And as we progress further in this, we'll do that. But actually, in most of my earlier videos, Kenny was there actually for him, which was kind of cool. Most of these drum videos and everything, we were in high school together. And it's weird because we grew up together. Actually, we grew up, our relationship goes before we were even born because our fathers were good friends. And then we became good friends growing up. Megan, you didn't miss anything. We just got started. You came just in time. You didn't miss nothing. You're good. But
my brother from another mother.
Yeah, he's basically my brother from another mother at this point, and whatnot. So and then coming back to high school, we hung out again. We met up and we realized we're both going for music and this what leads into the beginning of my YouTube journey here and forth. It started out with me doing some Mugen stuff, which was very debatable. But let's go It is some of this stuff here. So let's go into, I guess, right here. It's right here. So this is look at this guy. This is back we had Harley and he no hair. And me wearing baggy stuff was like the coolest thing in the world. So me and him both were in drumline. I played at the time when I first started was bass drum, and Kenny played a little bit of everything at this point. And now looking at this, it's like you think it's some nice drum? Yeah, it's. I mean, I'll say this: at this time, me and Kenny was kind of at the same level, but Kenny took it to like a whole new foundation at this point. I'm nowhere near. I think I played better back then than I play now at this point. I still dabble when I go to like Guitar Center and stuff, but it's interesting looking at this. But the song you hear now was the original drum cadence for a high school band at the time.
Man, I ain't had no hair on my face yet.
Actually, let me turn it down. You said what happened?
I said I ain't even had no hair on my face yet.
Listen, I didn't get hair on my face until I was like 26, 27. I got madly. And now I just can't get rid of it now at this point. It's like the most craziest thing to look at. But it was a really interesting thing though. Like now that I'm looking at this now, like man, this is nuts. I had corals at the time. Let me see. Let's jump around. And actually, honestly, if y'all see any videos y'all curious about, we'll jump into those too. If y'all curious about any videos. If there was a Guitar Hero game, we would be good. Yeah. Actually, I have a small little story about Guitar Hero and Rock Band and me in college I'll go into in a second here as I'm loading up this video. So let me pause this real quick. So actually, I don't think Kenny actually ever told you this story. So in between my college years, when I first experienced Rock Band, I didn't play the first one. I kept saying I wanted to play it, but I couldn't afford the game. And a bunch of people who were in my class. You said what happened?
I said I played the first one and broke the pedal in the first one.
Oh, so you'll understand this story then with me then. So we get to Rock Band 2 comes out. I played a little bit the first one towards the end. And my friend's like, "Aren't you a drummer?" I was like, "Yeah, I played a little bit back in high school. You need to play Rock Band with us." I'm like, "You have it?" And I'm hyped. He's like, "You have it?" And he had the expensive drum set. You remember that iron drum set that cost like hundreds of dollars? Or he had one of those. He's like, "You should play." I'm like, "Bet." And that night we bought it on midnight release. We played it straight. And I mean straight. I had school the next day. I played it till like almost, we started around midnight. We didn't stop playing the game till like almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's how much we were playing. We were playing that long. I was beyond tired at this point. And we were playing all the songs on expert, my dumb self and everything, and just going through it every little bit. And I won't forget, and this is how I got into the group called Judas Priest. There was a song, the final song in the game, called Painkiller. By this time, my arms were tired, my legs were shot, and it's like, we got the final song left. And I remember seeing this song because it said all skulls going across. And I was like, but why? And the opening, for those who don't know the song Painkiller, definitely look it up when you get a chance, by Judas Priest. It starts out in the beginning with the drum solo. That's the opening part of the song. It's a drum solo right from the get-go. So when I first heard the solo, it was like, and it's something that's, the solo is known for a double pedal. You have to do something you equivalently do on a double pedal on a single pedal, which is monotony. And I remember the first hour of us playing this song was everyone waiting on me because I could not get through the solo. Because that's how ridiculous at the time it was. And then once we finally got through it, the first part of the solo, the real song starts now. And by then, we're going. Because this is the first time we actually get through this crap. And I'm just sitting there like this. I'm like, but why? But why? But why? And then the guitar is going. He's going crazy. His hands are basically catching on fire at this point. He's tired. We're all tired. We've been playing for almost 8 hours at this point of guitar. We probably should have died at this point. A Rock Band or whatever. And then we're going through all this stuff. And then we mess up. So we have to start over again. And I'm like this. Where's in my life? Just end it now. We do it again. We get through. He gets past his guitar solo, and we're at the very end. When you see that little bar at the top going like this, we're getting to that ending point. And
man, that's hilarious.
And I'm losing my mind. And all of a sudden it's like the painkiller, and I'm like, okay, the song's over. All of a sudden I see drum riffs. Like, why is all everyone else stopping? I still gotta play. There's another drum solo at the end of the song. And it sounds like a train is coming. And it goes faster and faster. By the end of the song, I broke the pedal. My leg was shot. And the sticks broke in half. And I was like, I'm done with Rock Band for like a year. I was done. I was like, I'm done with this game. I'm done with playing anything. And people were like, I heard you could play this song. You want to play? I was like, nope. I was like, nope. I quit. I want to play the kazoo or something or harmonica. Forget this mess. I ain't playing this no more. But back to this now. But you said, what were we about to say, Kenny?
I guess you went back to Wii Music.
I went back to what?
Wii Music.
Wii Music? Oh, yeah, I went back to Wii Music, which was kind of cool at the time. But now me seeing these videos in this terrible quality at the time, this is back in 2007. And seeing this stuff, it's kind of nuts looking back at this and be like, yo, this is where it all started. And I never thought after all these years we would be at this point. Was the song as crazy as Through the Fire and Flames? No. Through the Fire and Flames was Guitar Hero's version of their crazy song. But yes, it was that same equivalent. The song you're talking about was made by Dragon Force. You are correct, though, in that sense. But, man. And you know what's funny, Kenny? When we first started doing the videos, I had no intentions of it being anything. When we first did, I just thought we were just having fun.
Man, we were just having fun.
Like I didn't think nothing of it. You're absolutely. I didn't think nothing of these videos at first, and I was like, we're just having fun.
Man, that was during our hour lunch. That Wildcat hour.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So what Kenny referred to is there was this thing towards like our junior. Cause I think I started this during my junior year at the time. It was like my senior year or whatever. There's this thing called towards it. The school was getting like new renovations and crap. They came up with this new thing where everyone, I guess, to kind of bring people together. They came out with this thing called the Wildcat Hour, and Wildcat was the mascot of our school. And basically, it was their idea. Instead of having lunch periods break into different segments, they came out with 1 hour lunch period, and everyone was out at the same time. So the hallways were filled and everything. And we hung out in the band room. And we just jammed all day. And then during this time, we would record video after video after video. Like jam sessions and stuff like this. And stuff from the show. And people at school was like, hitting me up in the hallways like, yo, when are you going to put your next video up? I'm like, what? It was something I never thought anything about of. I was like this is whatever. I thought nothing of it at the time. I was like, this is just another day. I'm just doing this for whatever. It's like I have no reason to do any of this at this point. And we just kept going. From like battles to solos and all this stuff. Let's skip around real quick.
Oh my gosh, the battles. Me and Dr. Butts.
Oh yeah. Let's go to that. Actually, you're talking about this right here. You're talking about this one. So let me give you some perspective behind this. Let me pause this real. Let me pause it real quick. Let's give you some perspective behind it. So yes, it was very. You were absolutely right. It was very chaotic. You are absolutely correct. It was very, very chaotic. You're absolutely correct. Like this whole the whole thing leading up to this was correct. And in all these videos I recorded in the beginning, none of it was like edited. It was just I uploaded them and I just threw them on. And this is back when YouTube looked like a MySpace page at the time. And hearing that sounds freaking cringe in itself. But the insight about this battle that we're talking about here. We were jamming. I don't even know what sparked this. Like, Kenny, do you know exactly what sparked this thing? Butts just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So I was on there, and Mr. Butts just walked up, and when he walked up, he was like, "Let's go." Show me what you got. I was like, uh-oh.
Oh yeah, that's what happened.
Okay,
And
let's
to give
see how
you
this go.
and to give you some perspective with Dr. Butts is the band director of the entire school, and his resume is disgusting. Like he played with like Earth, Wind and Fire. He played with so many different groups from like the 70s, the 80s. Like this guy's like a living legend. And until this day, I think he's like 98. He's like 80 something years old. But if you see him the way he moves and stuff, you would never thought. You would never thought how old he was. You would never thought. And it's kind of a rarity to see Mr. Butts play, unless he's showing off or he's trying to teach you a mistake you did in band.
And this was a rare thing.
And I was so happily recording Kenny doing something else at the time, and I stopped the recording. Was like, yo, we're recording this, and they went back and forth. And this guy right here, this mad lad of a person here, this is Dr. Butts. And he is a living legend. He got like a Lifetime Achievement Award not too long ago. Like a couple years back. It was about 6 years ago. He got some Lifetime Achievement Award explaining what he's done in the past. You see, he seems quite. Yes, he is quite the character. You are absolutely right. He is definitely somebody who talk. He speaks in tongues, and he's probably one of the most enjoyable people I ever met.
He says stuff like sugar.
Yeah, he talks in like we like to say his drum talk, more or less.
And then the time he's like 9 o'clock. Man, I wasn't doing too much, but I was going to try my best. I mean,
but at this time you got Ross. We didn't know nothing back then. And that's me yelling as per usual. Like.
It up.
Oh man, like seeing it now, it's like, man, like some of the best moments of my childhood probably has to be high school and college. Like that's probably definitely like most of my life there. Like it's crazy. And then after this, it just became one thing after another. And at the time when I was doing it, this was actually one of my highest ranked videos. Because people, and the funny thing is, they were trying to look for videos on Mr. Butts, and people were asking me. I was like, this is the only video I got of him. It's like the only video I have of him, like him recording. And then it turned into that, me recording at pep rallies and stuff, and things of that nature. The
pep rally was fun.
He's on drums, but he's a one-man band. Yes, he is. He knows how to play basically every instrument. I've seen him play flute, to cello, to drums, to violin. This guy was a living legend. Like it's something. It's on the scale of like the amount of instrument he could play is like Prince. Like we all have legends like Ray Charles and stuff like that, but they only play like piano and this and this. He was like a walking band, like you said before. He was definitely a walking band, more or less.
The greatest of all time.
Right. Now, one thing Kenny mentioned, we were talking about this before we started this stream, actually. One of the things he were mentioning to me, he's like, you should start talking about your stick figure stuff. I was like, yo. Okay. So, let's start with this one. So, this was, I think, my first attempt at me actually video editing. I was actually using Movie Creator or Windows XP at the time. This is some of my terrible animation I used to do at the time. And around this time, I think Naruto came out. And this was my attempt of trying to do pivot animation. Which is basically what you see Han Dojo and stuff do half the time. And it's kind of crazy. It's a terrible, like, quick thing of him, like, going crazy and stuff. And at the time, now that I look at it, it's like, yo, whether or not I can do it now, I don't know. But it was like... And it was supposed to be an ongoing series of me attempting to do things of this nature. And it was just kind of like, it was kind of weird and whatever. And I did a couple of these. These, as we kept going, some of these actually gotten better and stuff as we kept going and stuff. It was kind of cool. But
hey, that was before his time.
That was way before his time. You know, this program still exists now. I looked it up the other day. It still exists to this day, the program. Now, the thing Kenny wants me to really talk about now. So, this is based off of a series I saw a while back. So, at the time, I was super huge into Robot Chicken at the time. And this was, at the time, this was like the pinnacle of me trying to learn video editing at the time. So, there was a series that came on YouTube later on called Stick Figures on Crack. And I saw like one or two things. I was like, yo, I want to try to do my version of it. Which is, at the time, it was actually higher ranking to the Mr. Butts video. Right now, I think it's at 2,000 views or whatever. We'll click on it. We'll click on it. And it played Robot Chicken style. And it was just a clip. It was clip after clip after clip of something random, and it would go into something else. Like it's nuts. And now I look at it, I'm like, yo, this is nuts. And none of it made sense. It was just, we did one thing, that was it.
Nutsack! I am your father. Great horny toad!
I could...
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
That was the first one. And to me at the time, I thought it was something stupid. Like, this is stupid. This is going to be hilarious. And apparently, people kept asking me afterwards, when are you going to make the next one? I was like, what? Like, early, I wish I stuck into YouTube early on, because I think I would have been a whole nother animal that I am now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this became a 3-part series. Actually, part 2 is over here, actually. Like, it's weird. This is...
It's mine, you understand? Mine! Oh, mine!
Yo, and the crazy thing about that, this is right around the time the Wii came out. Hold up. I just caught that.
Yeah.
It showed them protecting the Wii. The first Wii just came out.
13 tickets now. Is that enough?
Oh, sorry, Timmy, but you need 15 tickets to live.
This toilet is full of memories.
And some of these clips are actually my own voice too. Some of them.
Mine, you understand? Mine!
Not all of them, but some of them are. And that's the ongoing reference from the last video.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you just kiss my left nut?
That's me right there talking.
This is Sparta!
Oh yeah, this is right around the time. Yeah, this was in 3 parts. Bunch of gifts and nonsense. Oh my god. Just looking at it. All the way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on.
Not all the way. Not all the way.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, we got... Now I see why Kenny wanted me to do this. I totally forgot about that. Okay.
All the way.
So, I don't even know how this started. But there was this ongoing joke that happened in band. And this came out right around the time, like... I don't know if everybody remembers the Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut. That whole meme thing and everything. And in the show. And it got put into the movie and all that stuff. So... I used to try to do this thing for a while where I was pretending I was him, like, yeah, you can't touch my puny muscles, pimp smack your face. Like, I used to say all this crap. And then there was one time when somebody was like, how far in? I was like, all the way. And I held it for like a good minute of me saying it. And it turned to a whole thing where everyone used to ask me, like, oh, this is really far in. And I was like, yo, Jane, how far in is it? And I used to say it all the time. So that's how that got put in there. It was an ongoing joke that happened. Unless you were in high school with me, no one understood. It's like this. You're absolutely correct, Chad. This screams 2000s all the way. This all screams like 2000s through and through. Like, now I look at it, I'm like, oh my god. But that's what that joke is behind. It was, oh my. And I sometimes I get asked from people in high school if I see them like, yo, Vince, how far? I was like, yo, shut up. And I guess since we did 2, we might as well play part 3, which I'm pretty sure I think it will show up. Hold on, let me go. I might have to go back to the page again to find it. Let me see something. I might have to go back. Give me a second. Your channel. Switch the order. We're live. Uploads. I probably should just hit back.
You gotta do the one where you did the Kamehameha wave.
Oh, I'll get into that in a second. That's later on. That's around the time I was trying to learn how to do After Effects stuff, which I'm still all right at, but I'm not the best. Where's part 3? I know I did part 3. Stick fights 2. Wait, I don't think I ever did a part 3. Hold up, time out. I never did a part 3. Wait a minute.
What? So that second one was it?
That was it. I could have swore I did a part 3. Yeah, that's it. Hold on, let me keep going. Because by then I was in Florida at this time. Whoa. Yeah, I never made it part 3. I think, you know what happened? I think I started to make it. And I think I just stopped. And then at that time, I think I didn't have time to do it. I think that's what happened. And it was me juggling so many things that I just never got a chance to do it. Yeah, there was never. Yeah, sorry guys, there was never a part 3.
Wow.
There was never a part 3. I thought in my mind I made a part 3, but in true fashion, I never made it. I never made it. Well, dang. That's something. And then after this time, we just started doing. There's something important I gotta talk about first before we go on. Let me go back to this. I gotta play this video, and this video has significant importance. Kenny, was she in both videos or she was just in the one?
She in both of them.
Oh my goodness. This is before I had the camera, actually. Because this video quality is very terrible.
That sound quality.
But I can understand what they're doing though.
Don't you wish you could record stuff on your MP3 thing?
I can. I'll have it with me.
You know what? I wonder.
That was before we got the new pearls.
Oh, you know what? Look. These are my first videos. This is before I even got the camera. This is before I got the camera. This is on my cell phone. And to give you an example, this is on a Motorola flip phone I was recording something. Oh my goodness. And yeah, the audio is terrible, guys. I'm sorry. But the reason why I played this video, it's kind of important, actually. This is kind of important. So, God rest her soul, by the way. But for those who don't know, there's a girl in this video. You can't really see her, but she's towards the end. She passed away. Was it? It was last year, right?
Yeah,
it was last year. I don't know exactly why she. Did anybody find out why she passed away?
She had a seizure.
She had a seizure? Okay, that's what it was. She had a seizure. So she was a really good friend of the drumline. And she was in the drumline. She was always that person who was like had a lot of laughter. She was definitely the class clown. She was definitely the class clown next to probably me in the drumline. She was probably like beyond me at that point. But it was just like, but she unfortunately passed away. And I figured, I was like, I need to at least play this video once and kind of love in memory of her. But God rest her soul, though.
Yeah.
And I didn't find out. Unfortunately, I didn't find out until I think Kenny called me. It was Kenny, and I think I saw a post on Facebook or something about it. It was like, oh, blah, blah, you hear what happened? And he was like, oh, yeah, hope you feel safe. Da, da, da. And I was like, what's going on? And then Kenny called me. He's like, yo, I don't know how to tell you. Danielle passed away. I was like, Danielle? And what makes it so sad too, about a year before we saw her, we were actually playing Guitar Hero together. That's the sad thing about, we literally played Guitar Hero with her like a couple months before. which is even crazier. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. It's weird to think about. And she was young. She's only about maybe a year or two older than me, I think. It's kind of rough when you go back and think about it, but it's kind of rough. I don't think, honestly, it's sad. I wish I had more videos with her in it, but she was kind of all over the place. So she would never, like when we were doing these recordings, she would never hang out in the band room. Like we were, like I don't think not one of these videos have her in it. Now I think about it.
Nah, it was just me, you, Cameron, Kaylin.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually, I should put a video with everyone's in it. So let me find a video real quick with everyone's in it. Okay, now sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me stop this real quick. So we got Ian is on the left. He was a freshman that year, but he was really tall. Everyone had like little nicknames at the time. So let's go through them. So we had Kenny. Kenny, I don't think you had a nickname, did you? You didn't really have a nickname, did you?
It was Katie.
Katie. It was Katie. Yeah, Katie. Katie was his nickname. I was still the salty one or the jank or whatever at this time. There was.
I think that's Cameron.
Ian had long body.
Oh,
that's what his nickname. Long body was his long name. He was a really tall dude. I don't even know. I think he was like almost 6 foot at the time for a freshman. I think he got taller than that.
Yeah, for a freshman.
And then Kaylin, who's behind the drums, that had Hefty, and we used to all refer to each other as that when we were in class. I don't even know if my did we get it written on our shirts too?
It was Kufu. Kaylin was Kufu.
But did we get it in, when we got the remember we all got matching uniforms? Did we get it sewed into our uniforms too?
Nah, we just had the
hoodies. We didn't get, we had it on the hoodies and stuff. But it was, man, those are some good times. But we were always getting in some crazy mess at the time, and it was one thing after another with us. But let's fast forward though.
Crazy.
Now you got a little insight. And then the other person was Alex. Alex is right up here.
Alex and Trevor.
Alex Trevor, yeah. It was him, and then there was a guy called Josh Keshnick. Now, that kid was known as Iron Man.
Wow, that's Iron Man.
So, to explain the Iron Man scenario, I don't have a video of it. So, the Iron Man scenario is kind of crazy. So, during one of the trips or something, I had to go on vacation. For some reason. I forget, my mom, we were going somewhere. I don't know if it was Florida or whatever we were going. And somebody had to play my part for one of the tournaments we were in for Battle of the Bands. Josh said he will play. My thing, I was like, and usually when you say you're going to play somebody solo, that means you have to stack the drums on top of each other, which is called stacking in band logic or whatever. And they explain you, in theory, it's like, okay, it's whatever. But holding one of these drums that you see in the background here, in one of these videos, see these drums? Imagine holding that drum and then stacking on top of that with this harness that digs into your back. I still got aches sometimes from thinking about it sometimes. And this guy was like 4 foot, like Josh was short. He was like 5 foot, like 1. Josh was like the shortest guy in band carrying this drum.
Nah, man, parade.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did the parade. That's even worse. He marched the entire parade by himself, carrying my drum and another drum in the snow. Now I remember, and I flew out of town that time, and everyone was like, "Yo, he carried the whole drum by himself." Yes, by a harness.
It's snowing outside.
Huh?
It's snowing.
It was cold outside. And to give you some insight how important that march was the Macy Day Parade March, which is like it's like a 2 mile march. It's like it's like 3 or 4 miles, right? It's like a 3 mile march. Walking. This guy's a freshman, 5'1" or 4 foot, whatever, marching with these two drums in the cold. It was like 50-some degrees outside or under, going. And everyone was so worried about him because he's such a small dude. But he carried it. And ever since then, he was dubbed Iron Man. I still call him Iron Man to this day because it was unheard of. Most people who do the stacking of the drums are usually big and bulky people. Like Mark Hepting or somebody like that. Or not Hepting, Mark. What's his last name? Oh, actually, you know what? Oh my God, that's another person that passed away.
Mike Smith.
Oh my God. Mark Jeter. Jeter, right?
Mark, yeah, Mark. Mark passed.
He passed away too. Now he passed away before Danielle did, but he passed away too, which is also sad too. God rest his soul. Now he was probably one of the smartest people I knew. I didn't know how crazy his background was until I went to his funeral. He knows like 6 different languages. He graduated top honors, full ride scholarship, and he worked for I think like the military or something. He passed away. I think he had a stroke too. I think he had a similar scenario.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's what happened to him too. And that's another one of those scenarios I didn't find out. It's actually it's kind of sad, and this is the last sad thing I'll bring up. 2008, which is the class me and him graduated from, that was supposed to be considered the most what's the word I'm looking for?
Hypest
I won't say hype. There's another term for it. The most successful. We were supposed to be the most successful. According to high school at that time, we were the most successful class to come out because we had the highest SAT scores, the highest this. It was like a bunch of crazy stuff that never happened at that school. And it's sad. A lot of people I know that graduated that class either got caught up in something or ended up dying. It's sad. It's the craziest thing. Like I've met people that learned at full ride scholarships, got caught up in drugs and all this stuff. It's bad. And they all die super young. But by that time of me finding this out, I didn't find out until after I came home. Because when I left to go to Florida, I kind of like dipped. Like everyone else was doing, like, you know how you go to school, everyone graduate, everyone takes their break. Like the moment I graduate, like 2 or 3 days later, I was in college. Like I started college and that was it. So I basically went MIA. And a lot of people, and I found this out later. Kenny, I don't think I told you this. Some people thought I was dead. You know that? Some people actually thought I was dead at some point. It's like crazy. Wow. And the only reason why I found that out, after I came back home, and I think it was after I moved back, and I remember going to Royal Farms, because at the time, there was only one Royal Farms in the entire state at the time. But by then, I found out there was Royal Farms everywhere. And my mom was like, yo, you know there's a Royal Farms up the street from now. Like what? We're going there now. I'm hungry. So we went to Royal Farms or whatever. I ran into, there's a girl I met. You actually remember her, Kelly, Sheon, I think her last name, Asian chick.
Kelly
John, yeah. I ran into her at Royal Farms. And she's like, Vince, is that you? And at the time, my hair was cut. I didn't have the cornrows and all this stuff and plaits and all that stuff in my hair. Like, yeah, what's up? And she came running and hugged me. And I was like, hey, what's up? It's a pleasure to see you. I was like, I'm glad you're okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I was so confused because I haven't been talking to people from high school. And then that's when she told me what's been going on with our class. And that's why she told me, oh, such and such died. This guy got caught up in drugs. It was really sad. But I'm glad we still made it. I'm glad for people who are still alive and able to see stuff like this. But it's crazy to think about.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, behind the scenes, you're absolutely right, chat. Behind the scene is borderline sad. But back to the reaction stuff though. But in between that, I started reacting to trailers and stuff. Snowboarding. Okay. I said I was going to do this sooner or later. Okay. This video I'm about to show you is by far one of my most controversial videos on my channel. To me, it's not controversial, but to everyone else, this was a very, very controversial video.
You talking about the drama?
Yeah, this is not this one, not the drama one, this is the biggest fall one. This video is probably my actually let me do this. Let me show you how important this video is. Let me do this real quick. Let me do the order. So let's switch it to not that. We'll sort by most popular. This is my second highest video on YouTube that topples over my Robbers of Ether video I made 10 months ago. This is 12 years ago. This is the highest video, second highest video I've ever made. And also my most controversial one. Yes. Yes, really, guys. Yes, really. It's that. Right, I left it up because to me it's not that important. It's something simple, and I'll explain you what's behind this scenario. It's something simple.
It got fell, big drop.
That's my ignorant voice yelling.
into the scores table.
That's so funny.
Right next to the Duke
Look at him.
bench in front of Mike Krzyzewski. But not having Calvin Baker is a
Such
real
a serious
problem
face
for
went
Virginia
down,
because he's
tripped.
been their most consistent offensive player tonight.
And Duke and they're like freaking out. Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like laughing my butt off in this video.
Oh, your
Hey, you
dumbass
made him
fell
go
for no
viral.
reason.
Allows
Yeah.
Duke to focus in on him as a ball handler.
And the funny thing is, I didn't find out how big this video was until like years later. That's the crazy thing. This is after I stopped doing YouTube. I didn't realize till later that this video got big. I did not know. And if you look at the comment section, here's the cringe, guys. Okay, some people said some problem with... Some of this is ignorant, some of it's fail. Some people say, how is it even funny? Dude, this sounds straight. It goes on. It goes on. The comments go on. And the second one is just as bad too. And it was just bad to me. I thought the guy tripping was funny. But according to everyone, because a lot of people were like Duke fans and stuff, people are just like, man. It's crazy when you think about it now. It's like crazy when I look at it now. It's kind of like one of those things that like it is when it's there because for whatever reason. And it's funny. It's funny when you look at it now from back then versus now. Back then, the mindset of people versus now. Now it's like, oh, yeah, this is funny, but back then it's
big
like.
drop. That's so serious.
But this apparently this was during I think the playoffs or something. So this was like a really big game. And those Duke fans at the time I was getting some threats from this video at that time.
But even back then, man, on our videos we was getting hate.
Oh yeah, I was getting hate on my drum videos too. Some of these stuff you can't see because YouTube doesn't have the messaging system anymore. I was getting literal death threats from some of these videos. I was like, it's not that serious. Now, luckily, I have a strong will and I didn't care what people thought, but I was getting some death threats from some of these videos. It was nuts. Some of the stuff people were saying about this, it was ridiculous. How people think, and this is back then when people are not as sensitive as they are now. So it's like looking back at it now, like, yo, this is nuts.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I never said anything about it because I didn't really care. I really didn't care. You figure I was young. I didn't care. I think if I got older and that happened, I'd be like, oh my God, this is kind of crazy. Cause I know people now are crazier than ever when it comes to things like this. It's a nonsensical thing or whatever. Funny conversation. What is this one? I don't remember this one. What is this? What is this? Wouldn't be there.
We're off socks, sorry. I don't have a hat for you.
What is this? What is this?
People that
I meant we had it somewhere in this.
What is going on?
in this vicinity, but
Oh, that's the
it's only illegal if you
the
sell it.
remote.
It's not that bad.
That remote.
That's true.
The
Well,
super
yo, don't
remote
hurt.
3000 or something like that.
Holy crap.
That's the ultimate remote. The remote of the century.
VCR, TV, and everything you will ever have.
Oh yeah,
That's the
I
remote.
remember this remote. I don't even know where that remote is anymore. So okay, now I get the remote. Okay, so that silver thing that looks like a freaking tablet. My dad bought at a freaking I think it was an As Seen on TV store. It was this giant remote about this big. And it actually works. It was supposed to be like this universal remote. And he used to just have it out in the opening. And I used to tell people to use that remote. Like it worked. And people was like, why? I was like, it works, trust me. And it doesn't work. We never synced up the remote or whatever. Now I remember this video. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense now. That makes a lot of sense now. Oh my God, I forgot about this video. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Actually, whoa, this is good. I'm glad I found this video. So see this short guy right here?
No.
See this short guy right here within the gray? That's Iron Man. That's the guy I told you. Look how short he is. That's the guy that carried those two drums I was talking about. That's the guy I was talking about. Right here. Imagine this little guy carrying those two huge drums on them in the winter on slipping ice for 4 or 5 miles. Explain that to me. That's the guy right there.
Yo, we some clowns, man.
Oh, this is when we thought we were break dancers. and whatnot. This is actually kind of, it was Long Body, Iron Man, me, and this was during I think it was my birthday sleepover, some mess like that.
Yo, look at the Venom shirt, yo.
And to give you some insight behind this is right around the time You Got Served just came out.
It did. It did.
This is actually fun. But you know what's funny about this though? At the time we were just messing around. I actually later on got into dancing later. And that's the funny thing. I think a lot of things I've done in my lifetime became a bunch of foreshadowing things for later to come. But the 60 Iron Man. Oh, Iron Man by Black Sabbath. That's the song you're talking about, by the way. If you're asking, the Iron Man song. That's the song you're talking about. That's the 60 Iron Man song. But it's funny. Later on, I actually got caught up into dancing, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So let's move farther down. We got this, the Mugen stuff.
Yo, that Venom shirt was nice. I still got that Venom shirt.
What you still got that Venom hoodie?
Yeah.
Oh, let me go back. Venom. It was Venom Unleashed we saw. Where are you at? I just saw it too. Give me a second. I saw it. If you see it, let me know. It should say Venom Unleashed or some crap like that.
Black suit. The black suit unleashed.
This is black suit? Hold on. I probably missed it. My idiotness. I can't sure. There you are. There it is. Black suit unleashed. So back then in the early 2000s, back when overly sized pants were popular and stuff, there was these hoodies you can get where no one ever did this except for us. Where you can zip them all the way up, but there was a mask. Actually, Kenny, could you even see through this thing? No. I figured. It was just a novelty thing. It's like, you can zip the hoodie all the way back up to here. But there was no eye hole. But now, this day and age, you have them, and they're like considered costumes.
Don't you got the blooper version of this, too, when I was suffocating?
Oh, my goodness. Now I'm looking at it. You said, do I have what now?
I said, I thought don't you have the blooper version when I was suffocating with the hoodie on? Like, you was recording it, but I was suffocating. That was going to be the blooper.
Oh, yeah. And it's probably lost somewhere. It's probably lost to some hard drive anywhere. You choking on it because you almost did happen too. Because after a while, different parts of the schools got into it. Like jazz band started because once they realized I was recording, they're like, oh yeah, you should record us. And there was a series called Jazzing It Up. And that was the jazz band playing instruments while we were jamming out. I remember this song. Wait, I remember this is a Mario song.
Mike Nippon on bass.
I forgot about this.
Get a drummer some. Putting in work, man. We've been putting in work.
And to give you some insight behind that song, that is specifically for Mario Brothers 3. Because the original one was just and that's all it was. But when Mario 3 came out, they made that remix version of the song.
Yeah. For Super Nintendo.
For Super Nintendo, that was pretty cool. What's up, Cockin? Or Charlie? Oh, Charlie. It's Charlie. What's up, Charlie? But, the old cartoon show. Iron Man. That's probably the one you're thinking of. I don't think that was a 6, unless there was another one. Oh, no, you're talking about that still picture Iron Man one. You like the cover? Yeah. Thank Kenny and all of them for making that cover. But that's this age of all of us doing this, though. I did some more Mugen stuff.
We got Let's Go. Didn't we played Let's Go on one of them, the Donna.
I don't know which one we did that on, though. That's the funny thing. I don't know.
I think it's like the second one.
Stop. Hey. Why you know that?
Dun. I like to move it. Okay, now I recognize the song.
Oh, yeah.
You do some game.
We did it, man.
Because I think at that point, I was just requesting random songs, and he was just playing them, I think, at the time.
Yeah, he was. We was.
Jump around. Now you making one.
Burning on one of them.
Wait.
MC Hammer.
That is MC Hammer. Okay, my mind was going blank. Or you could say it's technically Super Freak, either or. He's a super freak. Super freak. Either or. Oh my goodness.
Temptation Sting.
Oh, now we're in this category. Okay. Yo.
Oh no.
So now we're at this is senior year right now. Around this point. So this is the spring trip. I think at this point I got a new camera because my other camera broke at that time. Either I broke it or I lost it. But we were in Tennessee at this time.
Oh yeah, you burnt your Yo, that was funny.
Oh, what's up, Joseph? Welcome back, man. Like and sub. Thank you for joining, man. So we're in Tennessee and we went to this restaurant that was supposed to be like this country restaurant. And I ordered dumplings. I think this was my first time having dumplings at the time. And I have a habit, and I still do. You know what's funny, Kenny? I still do this to this day. If I am super hungry, I will not regard of me blowing my food, even though it's piping hot. This scenario, what happened here, I think they caught me doing this at the last. I don't know who was recording me doing this. I don't know. But at the moment, I was so hungry because we haven't ate all day. I ate all my snacks early. And I end up just jumping into my dumplings, and I think I freaking lost it. Oh, there's Alex right there. Now there's Alex. It's the other one.
Oh.
You call him
Jimmy! We got you. Out of the camera. Hi, camera.
Wait, there was a girl recording. Who was recording then? There was a girl. That was a girl I heard. Now I'm trying to figure out what girl was hanging out with us. Don't know.
That was Laura. She was sitting next to me.
Oh yeah, Laura, because she did join band later on. I forgot. Actually, you know what? That was the year when Choir and them both came with us. Now I remember.
Yeah.
But a lot of this stuff was a bunch of stupid stuff. Us going through Tennessee.
You're on camera. You're on camera.
Okay, so there's this guy in band. Let me rewind him. I actually skipped over him actually. Called Mike Breezy or Mike Brown.
Oh no! Oh my God.
So he was definitely a class clown.
Breezy.
And the way he talked was a little interesting. I'm not going to go too deep on it because I think it's kind of messed up now that I think about it. But
yeah.
But the way he sounded kind of interesting. So I used to imitate me making voiceovers of him, and I did a song of it later. But that's I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that one alone. That one I'll leave alone.
Please don't do it.
No, I will not. That's why I said I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that alone. But that's what that is. I just thought about what that was. Like, man, oh my God. Now that I think about it, oh my God.
What in the world happened there?
Here? What happened here? What did happen here? Oh, that was from a different school. That must be a different school. And he got soaked by accident. Like, I think around this time, I was just literally recording any and everything I can find.
Yeah, you would.
Like anytime I saw something, I would record, or somehow record it, and I'll take it and put it in the video layer. Like at this point, I didn't even know what to record.
Look at my hair.
You said what happened?
Go back in that video. Look at my
your hair. Let me
yo.
see. Let me go for it. Hold on. Let me go for it. Your hair. What about your hair?
Go
at the very end. I don't see it. Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah. You'll see it.
Oh, hold on. I went too far back. Hold on.
Yeah, you did.
You said your hair? You sure it was at the beginning? Hold on.
Yeah, it was in
Is it quick? Did it happen quick?
Yeah.
Did I miss it? I'm trying to figure what you're talking about.
No, you ain't missing that. Let it play.
Oh my goodness, your hair was. Oh man, I don't know what's going on, but it might be the video quality is not helping either. So I don't know what to tell you about your hair, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my!
But I can't talk either. I had a bunch of bad hair days myself, so I can't talk either. Another little thing that happened here too. Yes, guys, this is basically me looking through a time capsule at this point. Now, this spring trip was also interesting. Something else happened too this spring trip. It was not recorded, but this happened too. So this is a little bit of something ignorant. This is one of the times I got mad. Kenny knows what I'm talking about here. So, to give you some insight here, so this is around when we're on spring trip. This is around the time Smash Brothers Brawl just came out. And every year I used to bring like one of my consoles over to the hotel because we can hook it up, we can wire it up, we play Smash or whatever. And we were talking so much smack, like, oh, we're going to play Smash finally, and this and this. I just got my Wii at the time, and I just got Smash and all this stuff, right? And I got it from Christmas from my parents. So we actually end up showing back late. The curfew was like 10 o'clock or something like that. Me and everyone else, due to me being the class clown, the person I am, I didn't show up till like almost like midnight. It was like midnight and some change. And I guess the parents were worried or whatever. I was like, we're on our way back, no big deal. But our chaperone was a stickler. I'm not going to say no names.
All out, yo.
But he was a stickler.
We did not care, yo.
We'll just call him Mr. Chaperone. But Mr. Chaperone decided to take, as punishment for us coming back late, to take all of our stuff away.
We came back, our stuff was gone.
Right, everything was gone. And at the time, he didn't tell us what happened. I was livid. I ended up literally almost tearing the hotel apart. There was almost property damage that day. And
you was just like this. He was like, he took my stuff.
And then I put two and two together because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, y'all, and at first I was blaming everyone. I was like, Ken, you left the door unlocked? No, Kaylee, did you leave the door unlocked? Or was it you? Was it this? I was like, I could have swore we locked the door. And I was going through the 10 stages of grief. I was like losing it at this time. And then when I put two and two together, like, wait, curfew, chaperone, I know who did it. And he told me, like, oh, I took it away. And he said all cocky, like, I took it away. Y'all didn't follow the rules. And when you don't follow rules, this is what happens. And then we had to do that. We had to clean the place. And then we had to wake up like 5 o'clock in the morning to clean the buses too.
Clean the bus.
And I was like, and we're not talking about like a simple, we're picking up a job. We're talking about scrubbing the floors, scrubbing the seats, all this craziness as punishment. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But fast forward though. Or fast forward.
He was like, you stole my stuff.
Yeah, I had a whole grudge from that entire trip. A whole grudge. So fast forward, after this time, I took like a gap where I kind of stopped doing YouTube stuff for a second. It was like this small gap. And then I moved to Florida. So I think around this time I was in Florida at this time. Strictly drums jam section. This is back when me and Kenny used to go back and forth. And the guitar, because so to give you some insight, this is actually not Guitar Center. I was about to say Guitar Center. This is actually not Guitar Center. So Best Buy at some point had this thing called the musical instruments section. Y'all might have remembered from like almost 8 years ago. Y'all might remember this. But basically, it was a section where they tried to do DJing and all this different stuff, and they were trying to promote, like trying to be like another Guitar Center basically. Unfortunately shut down a couple years ago due to terrible marketing. That's why I found out, because no one knew it was there. I didn't know until I walked back there. It was, if y'all remember the Magnolia section where the surround sound is, some of the some of the Best Buys got replaced with that musical instrument section. And this was the invention of a new drum set that had MIDI controls and sound built in. It was at this time, this was kind of like ahead of its time. This was like a $3,000 drum set at the time, if I remember correctly.
Woo!
And this is Kenny playing at the time. At this point, I was still technically into drums at this time. I still, every time I go to Guitar Center, I still play drums. Don't get it twisted. It's not like I forgot how to play. Don't get it twisted. I just know I don't play as good as I used to. But the quality, as you hear, is not the best. Because I was still trying to get stuff better. And we get 4-4. We jumped. Kenny's on a lot of these.
Go to the one with the Sam Ash with the electric drum.
The Sam Ash? You're talking about down here. But before
drum.
I get to that, somebody mentioned how powerful a Captain Falcon Punch really is. Somebody mentioned that. This is the only video you saw. So, okay, let me explain this. There's some stuff that happened in between this. Let me explain some nonsense there. This is when I started getting back into doing YouTube stuff kind of heavy at this point. So, this is what Kenny was talking about earlier. So, this is my attempt of using Adobe After Effects at some point. And now that I look at this, looks super cringe at this point. me as a college boy trying to attempt to be a DBZ character. Oh my goodness, this video was such cringe. Let me explain this video.
It was Super Saiyan.
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness. Oh my Okay, let me explain this joke to you. This is actually a joke involving my brother, actually. I was friends with another set of college students that was in my brother class, and my brother used to be super extra when it comes to dressing up, and he came in to Florida. Now, Florida is a state that stays 80 degrees to 90 degrees almost all year round, except for the winter. The winter is like 67 degrees. And come to find out, he came to school with this giant silver jacket in the class. And my friends hit me up, like, yo, you need to make a video about it. I was like, why? It's like, your brother had the audacity to come in this hot room with his oversized coat. I was like, oh, really? So there was one day he was not he wasn't at home. I found the jacket and I made that video. And the WTF bomb joke was a huge thing at the time. And I did it. It was oh my god. It was freaking nuts at the time. Now, the Captain Falcon video at the time. So let me explain this to you. Explain y'all about this one. I'll play it first real quick now. This is when I actually started learning how video editing properly. So let me explain all this little stuff to you right now. I already know this video is going to get demonetized, guys, so don't worry about it. So let me explain to you. Around this time, I was actually 2009, I actually was starting to learn about anime, like actual anime besides DBZ. There was a show, everyone watches the Captain Falcon, everyone sees Captain Falcon do the Falcon Punch in the game, but people don't really know where it comes from. So there was a show called Falcon Dudetsu or Falcon GP, F-Zero GP, that's what it is, the English translation. And it's the story of Wheeler, I think it's something Wheeler, and he's trying to become like the best racer of all time, find out the story behind his father and all this stuff. No big deal. Well, come to find out, this is towards the end of this is like the second to last episode of the end of the series. And the whole thing is about racing and all this stuff. And Black Shadow, which is the guy you said, Shinzu, that guy, the guy who's yelling in the ignorant tongue or whatever, he is the main villain of the series, and he's about to destroy the whole galaxy. And right now, they're stuck in this infinite oblivion void right now. And Captain Falcon's like, there's only one way of stopping this guy. And right now, Wheeler was going to go help Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon's like, no, you are the next Captain Falcon. Which the Captain Falcon line is actually a lineage of people. It's something that gets reincarnated every couple years. So the next Captain Falcon gets passed on. It's almost like the Dr. Fate thing in DC. A little bit of anime references for you. But after he basically sacrificed himself in this scenario, he basically said the only way to do this, I have to take him out myself. So after the entire series of nonsense, he finally does his Falcon Punch. And his helmet coming off and everything, you finally get to see Captain Falcon face, and you find out this was Wheeler's lost father he's been looking for all this time. He was Captain Falcon the whole time, which was like a huge mic drop in the time. He's like, oh, we don't know who Captain Falcon is. Well, it's actually your father this whole time. Hence why he's passing the mantle to you. It's kind of cool to think about. And all these references with random explosions of me over-exaggerating how epic this punch was. Because in the series, the punch was equivalent of destroying a solar system. So it's kind of epic. And that version of Cell, him cussing, is actually from the German version. In the German version, when Vegeta did the Final Flash to Cell, you remember Kenny?
Yeah.
Cell, I got a really going away present for you. Final Flash, you're gonna destroy the whole Earth, father. Like all this crazy. But in German, Cell cusses. It's like holy crap, and whatever. And this goes into a bunch of spawn of different clips of different explosions and all this stuff. That's from Eagle Raptor's own clip. There's Cell, and the gimmick is everyone is still from all different universes is filling the blast of the Falcon. That's from Goku when he first. And I went back to the other clip again. The explosion is still going on throughout. And that's the season, man. And then Captain Falcon died, Black Shadow died. This destroys the universe. This is the scene from the actual anime. And it shows the galaxy, the part of the Milky Way exploding, all this stuff. So there's a little bit of a tidbit for y'all, for those who are wondering, because I know a lot of people were asking about this video. The Sam Ash one Kenny's talking about though. Let me go to that one real quick, and I'll come back to. Oh, this is actually. What is this? Oh, this is still Best Buy.
Yo, yeah, Best
This
Buy.
is still Best Buy stuff. Actually, I don't have my headset on. Oh, wait a second. Actually, this sounds a lot better. So I must have had a better camera at the time. That kidding.
You couldn't tell me nothing back then. Tell me nothing.
You said what happened?
That you couldn't tell me nothing back in them days.
Yeah, you couldn't tell you nothing. No one could tell you anything at that point. In between that, a bunch of other random videos. Oh, this video is actually kind of cool. So, in Florida, and there's a mall down there called Festival Bay Mall. Festival Bay Mall is one of the most gorgeous malls you can ever see in Florida, but it's the most terrible. Let me explain to you. It's this mall that spent a lot of money on, but no one ever had any stores there because they were never selling anything. But the only thing keeping the mall alive was this place. So there's a Vans in the mall, right?
skate park, y'all?
But there's
Now watch
actually
this.
a skate park inside the
There's a
mall.
Vans store.
And this is my first time seeing it.
Ridiculous.
There's like
Yeah,
half
there's a
pipes and
video for
everything.
this.
Now, unfortunately, this place doesn't exist anymore now. But at the time when I first saw it, I thought this was like the most craziest thing.
Oh my.
Like there's half pipe, and there's
That's
some
crazy.
famous skaters used to come here and all this stuff too, like Tony Hawk and all this stuff, to actually shred here and everything. It was kind of cool. But there's a little tidbit for you. And it's like in 2 parts of seeing it and everything. Oh no! I just noticed something, Kenny. I don't think I ever told you this story.
What's that?
I have to explain y'all this story, guys. I have to explain you this one. So this is actually me on top of the Empire State Building. Actually. We took a trip to New York.
Okay.
But let me explain you the contents about this. This right now, I look like I'm happy, but I'm really not happy. Let me explain you something. Okay. So when we go on these trips with my parents and stuff, they like. Yes, we're streaming Smash tomorrow, so definitely watch out for that, guys. We're definitely streaming Smash tomorrow. Anybody who's asking that question. So let me explain this to you. My mom has a thing where we go on these trips. She likes to order, and I thank her for it too, because Like now I look at it, I got to experience a lot of different things and go to a lot of different places because of it. But this is one of those cringe moments where I was just like everyone wants to always be on top of the world and see the tallest building, but this was a bad day to do this. Okay. So we went, my mom bought tickets to the Empire State Building, right? To go on this ride, not the ride, but go on the Empire State Building. And we were first of all, it was like 100 degrees outside, first of all. And we waited all day in that line. We waited 4 hours in this line to go on this thing. And then when it was our turn, the elevator broke. Let me make that clear. The elevator broke.
Wow.
And my mom is petty. And she's like, I bought this good money for these tickets. Blah, blah, blah. And the guy's like, you can take the stairs. If you saw the look on my face when I heard we were taking those stairs. We walked that entire staircase all the way up to the top. My mom was like, I ain't paid good money for these tickets for us not to go. So we waited 5 hours outside and we walked almost I don't know how long. It felt like 3 hours. I don't know how long. To this day, I don't know how many staircases we walked up in a loop. And all of this is just a narrow room of you going in a circle like this over and over and over. All the way up to the Empire State Building. For us to finally see the top, for it to be crowded with people.
New York freaking City.
And mind you, don't forget the elevator broke. So we had to walk all the way back down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then here's the funny thing. After we left, we finally got down, the elevator started working. After we did all this, the elevator worked after the fact. Talk about a bad day. Kenny, talk about a bad day.
How many flights of steps?
I don't even want to think about it. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Let's see something. Hold on. Let's see something real quick. How many steps on the Empire State Building? Sorry, it fixed itself. I can't type right now. 1,576 steps I walked up. Yeah.
Yo.
86 flights of stairs. Put that in perspective. To the 102nd floor. And we had to, times that number by 2, because we had to go up and down. So, technically, we ran up 3,000 stairs. Think about that. Think about that, guys. Just put that in perspective.
Wow.
That was, like, I still think about it to this day. It's nothing but cringe or whatever. Something else. Oh. Here's something interesting. This actually was a big video at the time. 75 cents chasing the dollar. Let me explain you this mess.
Oh my gosh.
This was actually one of my first skits I was a part of. So, the same people who told me about the whole code incident with my brother, whenever I made the video, they had a school project in college. And it was supposed to be them, in their project, they wanted me to become this fake rapper who was full of himself. who was full of themselves, right? And
yeah.
And the thing they came up with was 75 cents chasing the dollar. And it kind of gave me like this wannabe script of what we were doing. And he was like, Vince, I know. And I used to do, and at the time, for a lot of people don't know, I used to do improv at the time. So me coming up with stuff on the fly comes natural to me to a certain degree. So it's like, when this whole thing went down, it's just I'll just let it go. I'll just let it go. Oh my God.
Here we go.
Oh my God. Just thinking about it.
The beginning, The beginning of the Jenks rap career.
And you know what's funny? This was actually going to be a series, but we never had a chance to cover it. Like, it's like after this, because a lot of people at school was like, yo, it's 75. I used to go to parties, and people used to call me this because of the thing in Florida. And this was actually going to be a series, but we never had enough time to do it.
Welcome to all y'all cool cats and gents out here. Welcome to my reality show called Chasing the Dollar. Here I am. My name is 75 Cent. Just won 8 Grammys on my mixtape. Eggs don't count.
Goodness.
Yeah,
Oh
a
my
Grammy off a mixtape? Yeah, I did it. Yeah, mainly this show about me. Yeah, only me. Doing all I can to make this one album.
Oh, what you making there?
Oh, what's up, man? I just finished making a PB&J sandwich.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let me try it.
What is this? Some freaking doodle bus?
Okay, let me give you some insight here. So, fun facts, guys. I've never cussed a day in my life. I actually did not cuss there. Never cussed ever in my life. I actually didn't cuss in this video. All it was me saying crap, and they bleeped it to make it sound like I was cussing. Fun facts. Fun facts about this.
Who's
Because they were asking me to cuss, and I was like, I don't cuss. And they're like, what? Like, I don't cuss. Like, and they were like, we'll make it seem like you cuss. I don't cuss, guys. Fun facts. You notice you never heard me cuss on stream? Well, there you go.
Man.
You see that
Chris
video?
Bell, what you think you trying to make here? You better.
And this was kind of like a reality show type deal.
I'm real sick of his shit.
Oh, this mess. That belonged to. I think that belonged. I think Chris owned that. I think Chris's keyboard. It wasn't mine. Because at the time,
Chris,
to give you some insight why Kenny asked that, at the time, this was like considered like one of the most expensive keyboards out there. It was like $1,000 for that keyboard. Everyone, like at the time back in 2000, it was like $2,000, and every beat maker wanted it. So that's why Kenny asked that question. Right now, you probably can get it for like a couple $100 probably. But at the time, it was like considered top of line, new age. Came with a mouse and keyboard and all this crazy mess. Yeah, and in this scene, B-Rod, which is one of my best friends actually, next to Kenny also, he was supposed to be pissed off because I got finished throwing the sandwich on him, and he's like, man, I gotta get his instruments and stuff for his dumb album, and da-da-da-da. Chris and Kevin.
Chris and Kevin.
Oh my goodness, I forgot. I can't even remember her name.
I forgot about her too.
Oh my god, this terrible song. I can't even put my head on close over.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm high, I'm low. Ask your mama, yes, I get strong.
Oh my god, the lyrics were terrible.
Trained by Uncle Sam, I'm like red, wild, like green eggs and ham. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, yeah. Put sweet and sour on that egg roll. I'm stretched out like Money Bulk and pass me without pain tone.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah?
Watch the
I'm
spin
out.
though. Watch the spin. Watch the spin. Yo, you was a clown for that. You was such a clown for that.
Oh my god, I can't. Oh my goodness. So the helicopter thing, I'm trying to remember how did that start? It was what happened? Oh my goodness. So the helicopter thing, I'm trying to remember what did that. Oh man. Crap.
Didn't like Michael Jackson do it or something?
So if I remember correctly, they asked me, it came, but that came from something else before I did in this video, because it came for something else. I think it came from a conversation me and B-Rod had. If you were an Autobot, how would you dip out? I think that's what it was. Me and B-Rod used to have these weird conversations where we'd be like, if you were this, how would you do it? And we used to come up with these weird scenarios. I remember B-Rod was like, I'll become a car and go, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this. And I think I can still do that, go, and I used to do, and I did that one time. And when we came to doing the recording, B-Rod was like, yo, you need to do that helicopter thing you did. And Chris and Kevin were like, what are you talking about? And B-Rod was like, just do it. Just roll the camera, let him do it. And it's like, okay, cool. And they were trying their best. We had to do that, fun facts. We had to do that scene 5 times. Because they could not stop laughing. Like, y'all gotta be serious. Because if y'all don't be serious, I can't do this. I'm like, okay, cool. And I was trying my best not to laugh. We had to record that scene like 5 or 6 times before we got through it. Oh my goodness, my headphones.
It needs some work, man. It's evident by that last recording session.
I quit.
Apparently we need a new publicist as well.
Yo, Saturday, I got these girls coming over, right? Supposed to have a party, you know what I'm saying? So you might want to get yourself ready.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Peace. Grab some.
What the hell is this? Attack of the Killer Condoms.
Yo, where the soap at? By the way, Attack of the Killer Condoms is actually a real movie. It came out like in the 70s or 80s. It's one of those super cheesy flicks like Swamp Thing or something. If you want to see something, a very hilarious horror movie, that's a movie to see. Fun facts, it's a real movie. Bought that at a dollar store actually. Well, yeah, you know that party you had? We'll cancel. Here's some lotion. Suave. Enjoy yourself. And I'll suck it.
What the was that?
Oh my goodness.
What the is this? This is insulting. Like, really? Why the would you treat your homeboy like that? You don't do that shit. I wouldn't do that shit. Like, hold up. Body wash, too. Go give me some of that shit.
Shout out to B-Rad.
Yeah, shout out to B-Rad, man. Oh my goodness. And then there was supposed to be a sequel to this versus some other dudes that they're gonna be.
America, I need money.
Oh my goodness. And they were supposed, it was supposed to be coming to DVD and all this mess. It was, oh my god.
Yo, that could have made some money, man. That could have went viral.
Yeah, but at the time, see, here's the thing, and this is one of the mistakes I always regret when it comes to doing things. I always tell myself, like, man, I wish I went back and kept doing it. But I think by this time, I think the drive for doing YouTube at the time was kind of like, it was like a weird thing. Because it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It's not like I couldn't think of anything. It was one of those scenarios where I got caught up in doing so many different things. The dancing, being part of the dance team and all that stuff. It was just like, I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do like school and all that stuff. It was nuts. Speaking of dancing, so this is the other thing I wanted to lead into. So, for those who don't know, I actually used to dance.
Is that the cruise one?
The dancing thing, it's something that actually happened by accident, actually. Yeah, it says, to answer your question, yes, it said a special thanks to Peter Griffin. You saw exactly what you thought you saw. That is absolutely right. Yeah, Zordon, the Red Rangers. Like, it was, when they'll tell me, just start naming people you want in the credits. I'm like, okay, cool. And I just started typing whatever. And they were like, what? I was like, it was like, we'll just leave it. We'll leave it and edit. I was like, okay, cool. And I just kept typing along. But I went to, so shouts to Marvin, by the way. So fun facts. back in the day, I got invited to go to a dance competition or whatever, and I was there supporting a friend of mine who was part of a team, and basically I went there. They got like I think second or third place in the whole competition or whatever. And after they do their competition, they have like this whole freestyle event where everyone makes this giant circle, and I'm talking about like you got surf style. Giant circle, and everyone just starts dancing, having fun. This is not competition; it's just everyone just going in, showing what moves they got. I was there in the close. I wasn't in the circle, but I was in the inner ring of the circle, more or less. And when we were doing this, I'm sitting there, and I got pushed out to dance. And everyone was like, "Yeah, go, go, go!" I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, this ain't me. I don't do this." I was like, "I don't do this," sort of thing. Everyone was like, "Yeah, just go." And I danced. That was the first time I actually like truly attempted to dance. I mean, I danced at prom and stuff like that, but like actually like dance. That was my first time like trying to do it and trying to do what everyone else was doing. And then somebody came up to me, he's like, "Yo, how long you been dancing for? You weren't bad out there. Why are you in the competition?" I was like, that's my first time I ever did anything like that. And the guy told me like, you might want to look into it. But then years later, I mean not years later, after I realized I can watch a dance move like maybe once or twice and just copy it. For a while. So, for a while, I was part of a dance crew called DTK. And DTK stands for Dance to Kill. Which, unfortunately, after me moving, it broke up the team and everything. But it was a crazy scene because, like, when you go to dance stuff, it's almost like the movies in a sense. It's kind of crazy, Kenny. Because it's like, we used to have, like, these turf wars and stuff where, like, every dance team belonged to a club. So the club I belonged to at the time was Club Roxy. So every Tuesday that was our night. Takeover was our night. We go there, we dance, and it got to the point like. Hold on, I don't have my headphones. I think I lost my headphones. Give me a second. I keep forgetting I have to hear you through the headphones. What happened? What were you saying, Kenny? Yeah, we were doing battles. Sorry. We were doing battles and everything. And this was an ongoing every week thing. That's why when you came down the floor, you used to ask me why everyone knew me. That's why. Because I was part of the dance group. And I used to go. It used to get to the point where like we would go in the club. And I used to. That's how I was able to go to all these crazy parties at the time. Because I used to get to skip to the front of the line. And all this stuff and everything. So. And it was cool because people from it was kind of like an aggressive atmosphere, but it wasn't aggressive to the point we would fight each other. It was like yo, we're just challenging. It was more like super competitive type deal. And it used to be cool because we get to call it out to other clubs and be like, oh, yo, DTK, you need to go to such and such because such and such crew is trying to call you out for this and da da da. And I'd be like, okay, we're going there. Me and Marvin would be like, oh, we're going there. We're gonna show them up here. And it was a crazy like gang / tour for not gang as an illegal stuff, but just as far as dancing, it was a really cool thing. But here's a little bit of a tidbit of me dancing, just for y'all for your information how good I was at the time. Not the guy who's half naked. But the guy who's right there in the black, that's me. It's hard to see. But I wasn't too bad at the time. That's a smooth moonwalk there, buddy. That is a smooth. And I actually dance way better at that now than I did back then. But at the time, I was that dude. At the time, this is actually a Royal Caribbean. Crew line because I got called later that day to dance and people were like, you should dance on the But there's a little bit of a tidbit for you. And unfortunately I don't have a lot of dance videos on here, much as I would have. Because I didn't really have enough camera. It's just so happily somebody recorded me and I asked them to send it to my phone and that's how I got it. And all that stuff. It's kind of interesting. But that's a little something I probably never told a lot of y'all. But the crab walk. Basically. But and then the Billie Jean thing became a later on synonymous thing with me. Like I used to dance to Billie Jean a lot or whatever. As Kenny knows, me and him are diehard Michael Jackson fan through and through. Like to this day. Like yes. Rest in peace, man. But through and through. But fast forward through all this stuff, more random stuff. Oh, this one's actually kind of cool. And it's not because of the video, it's because what's in the background of the video. This video is actually for a school project, but that's not the point. The point is what's in the background, because it's something I made that I'm kind of proud of making, and I wish I kept it. I mean, pause it. So this thing in the background here, actually, there's two things important. my tournament days of me playing FGC and stuff. The background thing you see in the background, I actually made that myself, a collage of different movies from different movie covers and stuff. So when Blockbuster, talking about how old this is, when Blockbuster went out of business, so Kenny, you remember when Blockbuster, when you used to order a game, it used to be the white and blue case with the Blockbuster logo, but in front of it was like this cardboard cutout of the DVD. So I bought all the ones in the store. They started giving them to me for free. I was like, I want them, and I made this collage on the back of the wall in the apartment in Florida at the time. But then, unfortunately, when me moving from here back up to Maryland, it fell apart. So it's been lost forever, and I ended up throwing it away. Little tidbit. And around this time, I just got into DJing too, because after all this nonsense, the dancing and everything, unfortunately, forgot about this one, Kenny. This is around the time you just learned how to play bass, right? This is around that time.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this. So fresh and so clean. Hey, this is OG stuff here, Kenny. Kenny, you feel old yet? You feel old yet?
Very.
Man. You play Benny better I could. I probably would have broke that thing in half just holding that thing sideways. But after all this, I had to move back home. And I ended up doing a couple more videos. I started the whole challenge me. This is actually what started the Jank versus the World thing that I do now. About he's like, I can beat you any day of the week. I was like, no, you can't. You can't beat me. Yes, I can. Let's have a match now. And this is like, oh no, and all this stuff is like, oh, and everyone from my friends was going. This thread lasted for like 100 posts of us going back and forth talking ignorant smack to each other. And I was like, fine, we'll play online, right? We'll play online on Friday. I'll live stream it of you getting wrecked and this and this. First to 7 or whatever, first to 10 or whatever. He's like, okay, cool, bet. Whatever, this is this. And then it took a while for us to do it. Because the first time he asked me, he's like, okay, can you do it this day? I got called into work. So he's like, man, you scrub, you being a wimp, and da-da-da-da. I was like, no, I ain't going to work. And then I called him back. I was like, okay, I'm ready now. He's like, well, I got to go to work. I was like, no. And then finally we was like, you know what? Saturday, here's the match. First to 10 on Friday, live stream, win or lose, blah, 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 blah. And da-da-da-da. And that's what started this mess. That's the start of this video. And that's what started the original Jank versus the World intro y'all see today. I used it for that. But anyway, that's what happened then. And then after that, it came down to other people challenging me. And I used to challenge people in different fighting games and stuff. Yeah. Some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and everything. Now, Kenny, here's the part you wanted me to do. Okay. You notice there's a video you see that says Source U right here. Shout out to Source U. So for those around this time, so in between this whole Jank vs. World, at this point, within a year, like within that time frame, I kind of gave up on YouTube as a whole. So this was 7 years. 7 years ago, I stopped, and then it wasn't until almost 8 years afterwards I got back into YouTube again. So let me show you something, guys. I think I mentioned this to y'all, but I never actually mentioned this to y'all. This is Source U. This is a YouTube channel I used to actually be a part of, actually. I still help them do videos on the side. We do collaboration stuff, but I actually help them do videos on the side. So for those who don't know, 90% of the videos, this is back when my editing got actually better. 90% of these videos after this point was me and all these videos and stuff. And this is where a lot of this stuff comes from. And whatnot. Like a lot of stuff, like we used to do this thing called something we came up with called, I used to be part of these whole update videos and everything else. But what y'all don't know, I used to do interviews with cosplayers back in the day. So let me find it. So if you can see here, like in this video, this is actually at MegaCon. Actually, in fun facts, I actually made this intro myself. This is back in 2009 when I used to do this stuff. See, there's me right there. I'm doing another interview with a bunch of cosplayers. That's Boss Ross. Shouts to him. He's the guy who runs this operation, actually. Kenny's actually been in a few videos himself, too. I have my Evo shirt on in that picture.
Let's go.
That was the intro I came up with back in the day. I need to make a new
This is Source You the Jank, and we're here at.
And I was still known as Jank right then and there, too.
We're here at MegaCon, and we have
Misty
and
Ash Ketchum.
now. I almost started to sing the theme song, but I was like, no. We might get hit for copyright. And plus, I don't have good vocals. But what made y'all decide to do Ash and Misty? I guess I'll start with you first.
I am a
Yeah, and there was a bunch of. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but there's a lot of videos of us being on. Definitely, if y'all get a chance, definitely check this out. This is definitely a lot of nostalgia and all that stuff. There's a lot of nostalgia here. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but I'm gonna go over the big stuff though. One is me doing all the con stuff. The other one is with Kenny. Kenny actually came on one of our most influential months, though. So, 1 month, Kenny, I don't know if you remember. I'm pretty sure you remember. We did a Power Rangers month. You remember?
Yeah.
That was right. So, for those who don't know, around that time in 2019, they announced a new Power Rangers movie. And it was coming out that month.
I think that was like 17.
Was that 2007? Hold on. There's one way to find out. Let's see. Let's see how far back we have to go here. Okay, 4 years ago. So yeah, right. That must be 17, right? Hold on, let me play this real quick. Oh, look at you! Look at you, right on the money. Look at you, you right on the money. Excuse me. All right. I see you. But this is actually Source You as probably is pinnacle at this point, because during this time period, we were the channel was just starting to get big, and basically we were like, we should do a Power Rangers month and this, and there was a lot of editing involved when I did this, because I had to do all the intros and stuff. We had a new intro and all this crazy mess. It was nuts. But one of the coolest things that did come out of this was me and Kenny reminiscing about Power Rangers, which I think it's right around. Hold on. So if this is Power Rangers month, give me a second. Right here, Kenny. You're right here.
Yep, there it is.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing because it's like 40 minutes long. But they used to do these things called light talks. Oh, my big head right there. I had a huge beard at the time. Surge everyone. That is ridiculous. Now that I'm looking at this, go everyone. That's actually me singing that, by the way. Fun facts. With the modulated voice of me trying to say it. But it was a lot of good times there. The biggest thing to come from this channel, us doing all the interviews, and like I said, we used to interview everything. We used to interview everybody.
This is the Jink from Source You.
There's my voice. There's my voice right there, actually, in the beginning. All that, like all the different con stuff and everything. It's kind of crazy now you think about it. I think this is the aftermath from the con or whatever. But one of the biggest things, Kenny, I wish we were hanging out more around this time, because you would have loved this. We did a tournament edition of the Super Nintendo Power Ranger game.
Yeah, I remember. You was talking about. You were telling me about it. But I think
I think you had to work or something during this time. But it was definitely nuts. But this tournament was really good. I ended up getting, I think, 3rd place in this tournament. And this is actually one of the biggest streams we did at the time. And fun fact, this was my first time attempting to do a stream too. This is my first stream I ever actually did. Fun facts.
That was your first stream? Wow.
Yeah, this is probably my first one I ever did. Cause what happened was, it was my birth. This is actually happened. I think. No, this is March. No. This ain't the first one. I'm wrong. This ain't the first one. This is like my second or third one at this point. No, the first one actually my first stream actually happened on my birthday. That's the crazy thing. Actually happened.
Was that before Halo or after Halo?
This happened before Halo. By the time Halo happened, I kind of knew what to do at that point. By the time Halo happened, I knew. But this tournament was actually super hype. Because nobody knew what they were doing. And I haven't played this game in years. It was a bunch of hype. I was playing as the... my main character I was playing as at the time was the Ninja Ranger. Remember the Ninja Megazord from the movie? It was that one.
Yeah.
Megan, catch you later. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for watching. Nice to meet you.
Move on. So there, but this guy got really hype. We had I was commentating and everything. Now I look back, it was quite an achievement at the time. But back to what you're talking about, Kenny, the Halo thing. That happened. Is there a way to search through these? Oh, I can hit this. Okay, this type in Halo.
That was before the pandemic, I think.
I'll tell you in a second. 8-player system link. This is the one you're talking about. You're on. This happened in 2008. This is 2 years before the pandemic. To me, this was like one of my crowning achievements for doing capture card, because I never ran 2 capture cards at the same time. So this was kind of cool. Like, now that I look at it, this still looks cool now.
Yeah,
like seeing all 8 players on the same screen looking at this. This is actually kind of nuts, Kenny. And this is a 5-hour stream. That's nuts.
Yo,
we took a break. Okay, I remember this one. We went to 7-Eleven in between. You got food and whatnot. This was a 5-hour stream. We're going to definitely try to do this soon again when this pandemic's over. So this was definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. That just got blew up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I was winning.
Dang, this is nuts to even look at now. I'm thinking about it now. This is real nuts. Of course, me yelling at the top of my lungs like I lost my mind.
Yo, I was winning.
Man. Shoot. I'm trying to figure out what else I did here. The tournaments. NBA All-Star Weekend. That was pretty fun. Tetris. That was pretty cool. 4-player stream. A lot of this stuff was a lot of fun. But by this time when we were doing all this stuff, we were kind of well known without the community and stuff. It was kind of cool. It was actually kind of cool going to Florida. Kenny, I don't think I told you this part. So after we started doing all these cosplay interviews and stuff, when we went to MegaCon, I went to there was a Yu-Gi-Oh store I used to go to all the time called Cool Stuff, and I went there and everything, and I went in the store to get some cards or whatever, and for some unknown reason, I screwed up the computer. Yes, me, the tech guy, screwed up a computer. Yes, that sounds ignorant from my part, but I screwed up the computer, and the guy, and there was a girl next to me. And this other dude making fun of me. He's like, man, you been here for 5 minutes, you destroyed the computer. I was like, I didn't mean to. I messed up my order. I ended up clearing my order and all this crazy mess. And then the girl was, and I told her, like, yeah, we're down here for this. Like, oh, watch your channel. You're the Jake. And I was like, you know who I am? And this is before I made my YouTube channel back up again. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I watch your stuff all the time. I've seen you in this and this. Y'all here for MegaCon? And I literally called Jason and everyone that very moment. And whatnot. He says it's going to go to midnight. I don't think it's going to go to midnight. I don't think we're going to be that long. I think we got probably like another 30 minutes an hour. I don't think we'll be up till midnight. If I do stream something afterwards, I'll let y'all know. I might do Nickelodeon. I don't know. I'm still up in the air about that. But and I called him. I was like, "Yo, there's a chick in Florida that knows our stuff," and I thought that was the most craziest thing at first. Cause you figure I haven't lived in Florida in like 6 or 7 years, 8 years at that time, and then so I had no association with people down there at that point. And then somebody from us living in Maryland know us from our stuff. That was kind of cool. That was kind of a groundbreaking moment at that point. But yeah, in between that, we kind of played a lot. We did. Dang, there's probably at least 500 videos on there. There's probably at least 500 videos that we upload on there. In the span of 3 or 4 years, that's this channel, man. This is the legacy of it. That's crazy. Looking at it. A lot of stuff. You talking about Nickelodeon All Stars? Okay. Nickelodeon All Stars has good gameplay, but I understand your feeling behind it because of the I guess if you compare it to Smash, like you're comparing two different games, so it is basically Melee with Nickelodeon characters. You're absolutely correct. But the legacy of this nonsense, it's pretty crazy, Kenny. Me and you as a whole definitely came a long way from doing this.
Yes,
and for the something I meant to mention before, for those who are watching now, make sure if you definitely love the drum stuff that we did earlier, definitely check out, because I don't really do drum stuff anymore, but Kenny, let me make sure I show this up for. I'm not going to play a video yet, but I will definitely show the channel. Definitely check out Kenny Day's stuff on KDAY the show. The link is on the screen too. If you like the drum stuff, music stuff, his musicality is way beyond it was back in the day. If you thought that was good, he does a lot of drum covers and stuff and everything. And if you love music, you'll definitely love that. So definitely something to make sure you watch.
The training years.
You said what, Kenny?
Those was the training.
Yes,
years.
versus now. So definitely, if you like the stuff you're watching, definitely check that out. Like and subscribe to his stuff and whatnot. So let me go back real quick. I think that's it.
Appreciate the shout
Oh
out,
no, shoot, I'll do it for anybody, especially if it's part of this. Like we're in this, man. So,
Yes, sir.
Other things. This. So that was basically this gameplay. This, that. So this is the bulk of Source U stuff here. First jobs and all this stuff and everything. So. But me doing all this stuff definitely helped me improve my editing that carried over to my channel. And then now we fast forward to today. And I'm gonna probably go up to a certain point. I'll stop around this time. So let's go back in the day again one more time. So let's go to. I can't find it. Where's that button? Oh, uploads. By oldest. So after all the drumming stuff y'all saw, after all the shenanigans, after getting my console taken, after walking up the Empire State Building, after all this ignorance, after chasing the dollar, and all this, and the gap of me basically kind of giving up on YouTube, we end up here. A year, 2020, crap hits the fan, everything works out my favor conveniently, and I start doing stuff. And the first couple of videos I did were okay, 10, 5 views, or whatever. But once I did this video, which I have to do shouts to Sai, this video definitely was the pinnacle of me finding out what my niche was.
Special which attacks to him. And then he also,
which was definitely
when he does this,
really weird at this time.
He taps this the side B and do that, but if he holds it,
like I don't even sound like I'm as confident as I am now when you look at it. Can you listen to it now?
Nah,
we're here talking about the character. I hope you like it. Put a like and subscribe and just enjoy. Just mellow out. Like I felt like I felt sometimes people like the video apparently. And as you go on, it got better and better and better. And I think once I hit like my 10th or 5th video. Like I think once I hit around here, I kind of found my niche. Like how I wanted to do it and everything.
Game, but let's get into the gameplay for the character. As you
I
know,
still kind of boring at this point. So let's scroll. I think it was around here.
I guess your X Factor type deal. Okay, let's do it now.
Okay, I sound a lot more happier here.
That's his mode, and he gets fat.
But that brings up basically up to date, guy. So you got to see basically a whole a mini time through of our life expectancy. Kenny, is there anything else you want to mention before I try to wrap this up?
Let me see. You gotta go back. You gotta go back to that one drum battle with Vernon Strayhorn.
Okay, hold on. We can do that. Which one you? Hold on, let me go back. You gotta remind me which. When you see it, let me know.
Kid,
I'll go farther back, bro.
Remember that kid was trying to call. He was trying to call me out, and he thought he was better. He thought he was better than me.
And we recorded that?
Yeah.
What was this?
There you go, right there with the black jacket.
This one right here?
No, go over to the right. To the right. There you go. There
this one right here?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna start recording now. Come in, Kenny. This is your time, Ken. Come in and show me how it's done. I know, but no, Kenny gotta take it down right real quick. He got like 2 seconds left. No, camera don't play that.
At this point, I remember around this time, I was a super instigator. At this time, I was like, yo, kid, you can't do nothing to you. I was like, you can't touch you for nothing. Yeah, put your request in the comment section after this video goes up so I can remember it. What's up, Saugers?
Oh, yeah, Jeff Marshall.
You want to take him?
I forgot about this. Let's fast forward.
Uh-oh, done it now. Yeah, you got time.
Okay, that beat's kind of high.
I put my bag. It's still in my pocket. Oh my God. Did I bring my lunch? No, I didn't bring my lunch.
Cornrows, though, man. We both had cornrows.
Man, I've had cornrows of who knows how long.
Hey, look, I still got my head.
You said DJ stream? I can do that soon. If I do, I'll do it on Discord though.
Vernon came out of nowhere and hopped on.
See, I didn't remember Vernon showing up.
Watch. He gonna pop up in there. He came out of nowhere. Him and Preston was in the back.
Isn't that NRD? Oh, let me fast forward. I gotta see this mess now. I gotta see this mess.
Oh, no, get on.
Oh, okay. Now I see. Now I remember this now.
Oh, straight horn. Oh, no, get on. Get on now. Oh,
he's like, calm down. He's like, calm down. The 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Saugers, I'll definitely let you know when I do it. I'll probably do it most likely on a Friday though. I'll make sure to let you know when I do it. I'll make sure I make a video about it. Yeah, because if I do it on Discord, I don't have to worry about copyright claims.
Hey, watch his face. Watch his face.
Is this the one where he does the fake 3/2, Kitty?
Yeah, watch it. You gonna do it?
Cause now we're talking about. I remember this more and more now.
Here you go.
That's it? There you go.
Oh, no, can you get the drumsticks?
Not this time. You want to go real quick? Go ahead. Finish it off.
You know I had to get back going. I said, no, I'm not going out like that. Shout out to Vernon Strayhorn.
Every time I look at it now, it still looks crazy. Now I think about it.
Maybe even down here.
That definitely looks crazy. Now I look at it now. Yeah, that's right. He asked you how to do it. I remember that. He asked you afterwards how to do it. Oh man, now I remember that. Cause after he's like, "Yo, how did you do that?" He's like, "Oh, it's easy." And Kenny was like, "Do." I was like, I shook my head. I was like, "That ain't easy. Don't say that's easy. That ain't easy." Oh man. Oh man. Good times, man. Good flipping times.
And I wish we could go back, just hit the rewind button and do it all
Right.
over again.
Right. But life can't be rewinded like that, unfortunately. But
Like I said, man, if I could have did jazz band, I would have. If I would have known what I know now,
oh yeah, it's like, listen, if I knew what I knew now about YouTube versus back then, this number probably been way crazier than now. But
you and me both would be in
right.
subscribers by now.
But it's a learning. I'm glad it is the way it is now, and what it has become, definitely. But
oh yeah, we definitely. But still, y'all listen here, chat, listen here. The jank is on to something.
Thanks, man. We're working on it.
The jank is on to something.
We're working on it, man. But
We've been on it for years.
Man.
Y'all seen for yourself what we experienced in our time.
that was it was definitely a lot of cringe. Definitely a lot of me. The me watching the Save 5 Cent thing was probably the most cringiest thing I watched. I had to walk off for that one. I was like, I'm done. I can't even watch this no more.
Did your parents say something to you about that or something?
I don't think they ever seen it. I don't really tell them about that.
Oh.
I don't think they ever seen it. I think they got mad about some of the recordings at the house and stuff like that, but other than that, like I think no. I don't think anything like that. But I guess that wraps it up, guys. Thank you for watching. This was definitely a lot of fun. Thank you, special guest Kenny here, KDAYSHOW. Like I said before, definitely you want to see more drum stuff, more up-to-date drum stuff. Definitely check out his channel, KDAY the Show. The KDAY Show. But
thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. This was definitely fun. This was definitely really fun. I didn't realize. I knew when I told people this, I knew it was gonna be fun, but I didn't realize it was gonna be this fun and hilarious. Cause I was like, man, these videos are stupid. But now that I'm watching it more and more, I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
That was freaking epic. Going back to our childhood.
Basically. And y'all always ask me about things in my life, so this was kind of like a huge tidbit of learning a short version, even though it was like over like what we've been on this for like 2 hours worth of us talking about this. But to wrap this up, y'all know what to do. Anybody new who jumped on, thank you for the new subscribers today. Please like and sub to the channel. Like and sub the Kenny channel. Yeah, it's all good that you missed the stream, but the fact you jumped on, it's all good. But don't forget, we'll definitely do Jank versus the World tomorrow. I don't think I'm doing Nickelodeon tonight, though. I don't think I'm going to do Nickelodeon tonight. Maybe next week I might do it. Oh, don't forget, next Saturday also, guys, is the 60th Smash Brothers stream. So we're doing the FGC mode again, like we did before. So get ready, get your Shoto and get your final smashes ready, because we're doing that next week. And then this weekend will be the last weekend that Sora's stage will be unlocked, and then afterwards I'll put it back to the tournament stages again. So, like I do every time a new character comes out. But like and subscribe. Thank you for checking out the video I dropped today. Thank you for checking out the stream. Like I said, subscribe to Kenny's channel. It's on the screen. And definitely subscribe to this channel too also. But I'll see you soon. Y'all stay janky. Peace. And I got to find a stop.